Good day everyone, the Anime Dao here with another video. Today we'll be going through some anime I personally enjoy, but I know they're not necessarily great. They might be a bit strange, unknown, or outright bad, but I enjoy them, and I'll tell you why. But before I get started, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, it helps us out a ton. Without further ado, let's get to the video. Dog X Scissor is a weird anime that I liked way more than I perhaps should have. Everything about the series makes zero sense, but for some reason it just is quite an enjoyable watch for me, and I can't quite pinpoint why. Let me talk about it and maybe you can understand why and explain it to me. The series starts with our main character getting involved in an armed robbery. In a stupid act of courage, our main character Kazuhito tries to save a weird girl that was so focused on her work that she did not notice the situation. Well, Kazuhito ends up dying, and before dying he can't help but think about the book series that he so wanted to have finished reading. However, he wakes up and wonders why he's not dead, but soon notices that he has become a dog. He's adopted by the girl that he died for in the store because for some strange reason she can understand him. The girl happens to be a rich woman and a writer that can offer the dog all he wants in life, which is to read books. Hence they start living together. Reincarnating into a dog seems quite grim, but the series is absurd and it knows that, so it plays off on many gags and references amongst other things. What I seem to enjoy about the series is the characters' interactions. I feel like whilst the cast is mostly completely nonsensical, their interactions are fun to watch. So overall, I find the series quite funny. It does feel strange that a girl starts to like the dog like he's a person, but it does not seem so weird actually. It is not the most absurd series out there, but it's quite out there and I enjoy it for that. Merc's Storia is a series that I enjoyed a lot, and it surprised me. It is an adaptation of a mobile game with the same name. Normally those tend to be quite poor most of the time, because they are often no more than just adverts for the original game. But in this case, I actually thought it was quite good. However, seeing its ratings in MAU, it does not seem that many others felt the same. In the first episode, we are introduced to the basic ideas of the world, and the main character and the girl in the bottle in the title. From that simple summary, it seems like it's nothing to write home about. However, the series, I believe, takes a relatively intelligent approach to storytelling based on the game. It does not try to shape a series based on some kind of lore of the original game. Instead, simply makes it an adventure story divided into episodic arcs, focusing on specific characters and themes. This works because the main character sets off into a journey at the end of the first episode with an ambiguous aim to help the girl recover her memories. Their travel leads them to various places in the fantastical world of the game, and in each area the series focuses on closed off stories that last 1 or 2 episodes at max. Every story has different themes, but the underlying one is seeing the growth of Yu, the main character, from the very first episode. The series is all about Yu's changes upon seeing the world and how he changes from his timid, cowardly personality to a courageous and a person confident in his own abilities. I really enjoyed the journey the series put you through. I found every arc quite different from the previous. There was a great variety of stories and themes explored, and whilst that might mean some are a bit more meh than others, I found them all to be quite heartwarming and enjoyable to watch. I was a bit too sad to see the end of this story, and that has meant I still have not watched the very last episode. I will have to get to it someday. Kurazeni is a sports series that is a bit different from the usual sports anime. I have watched a lot of sports anime in my time, especially baseball, because they're so prominent, but Kurazeni is one of the only ones that left a lasting impression on me. It does not seem that it did in many others, however, and I can kind of understand why, but I still enjoy it. The story is centered on Ponda, a professional pitcher for the team Jingu Spiders. He's a relief pitcher that is used in some games, but what really frustrates him is not his middling position in the team, but his salary. Money is what drives Bonda and Kurazeni as a whole. Bonda's drive to become a better pitcher is driven by his desire to renegotiate a new contract that will yield him more money. It is not just greed that drives that, but rationality in fact. Bonda is quite aware of the short career length of a professional sports player, and since he's in his mid-20s, he knows time is ticking. Hence, he tries to achieve greater success with his team in order to secure his future after retiring from the sport. It is quite funny how there's no illusion on him about glory in the sport. Instead, he just takes it like another profession that has an expiry date, and because of that, he needs to secure money whilst he can. I find this contrast from usual sports series that are most of the time shonen, so they focus on more cliche, making friends, becoming the best storylines. Guraseni on the other hand is more grounded and realistic, and that is often the case, but not always with seinen sports series. I believe that sort of thing is quite important, because shonen sports manga feel to me quite bland, and Guraseni on the other hand stands out in a similar way to me like One Outs did. In the end, Guraseni is a character-centered story, and Bonda is a great reason for my enjoyment of it. His complete obsession with the salaries each player receives in the league and their stats is really interesting, especially since he's so focused on the contrast of performance and salary. Let's just say he has a different outlook on sports, since he values what players do according to their salaries, not their performance. It is hilarious how that worldview shapes his career, and in general it's just really enjoyable to see his journey to make money. However, it's not just his story we see. Through his eyes we also see overall the struggles of many other colleagues and friends of his, and how they all try to make their way into this bureaucratic and unforgiving world of professional baseball. Guraseni has an unusual but cool touch. Anyway, it's a top series for me. Sister Princess has quite a mediocre rating in anime websites. However, it is for me a series I actually really enjoy, and I go back to it quite often. I find it to be a very good Iyashikei slice of life series that has a blend of various different characters that add a different touch to every episode. So over the 24 episodes of the first season, even though for the most part they have a similar structure, they end up being quite varied in content. This structure that I'm hinting at comes from the setting of the story. In Sister Princess, the main character, after failing to get into his high school of choice due to a massive stroke of bad luck, his answers in the entrance tests are misplaced, so he gets them all wrong. Wataru, the main character, was so confident that he could get in the school that he did not have a backup choice. But all of a sudden he's told by a group of people he's accepted by a strange school and they ship him off to it. The school is in a small island and Wataru is reticent at first, but without anywhere else to go, he begrudgingly accepts it. On the island he meets 3 girls on the first day that he would eventually see again at his new home, as they welcome him. Apparently these are his sisters, but they're not the only ones. Many more show up and he suddenly finds himself surrounded by many sisters that he never knew existed. The sisters are the star of the show, because not only are they quite different from one another as I said previously, they also call him different names. For example, there is Onitama, Anikun, and Anigimi-sama, which are my personal favorites. But there are many more. Episodes in Sister Princess tend to focus on the sisters specifically, and the fact they are so different in terms of character archetype makes the context of the episode vary significantly. However, it is all about Wataru getting to know the sisters and gradually accepting them as his family and his place to be. I find the theme quite simple, but it does not feel repetitive, and the girls' characters are cute and likable, and the way they all call him different things is honestly funny. It might be for many a peculiar series, with a really weird setting, which is kind of explained by the fact it originates from a novel that was shaped to be a visual novel game series. Sister Princess not only can teach you all the ways to say brother in Japanese, but it is a really nice slice of life title that I really recommend. So that was the video guys. What niche/bad anime do you enjoy? Leave a comment down below with your answer and don't forget to subscribe and leave a like on your way out. Catch you guys later!